honored to. Start it off.
Okay, so July 9th through 12th, as has kind of been spoken about a little bit today, but I wanted to have Brad come and kind of talk about it. Brad's been in the business for a very long time. Him and his wife have grown a huge business, and they were one of the first people that I saw when I went to my first national convention, which was really important for me, seeing young, successful people I can identify with them really fast. And it took me a long time to make the decision to go to national convention. I had only been coaching for maybe 5 weeks at the time, and I was really unsure of myself and my skills, and I was really unsure about this thing, Take Shape for Life, because when you're new, you don't really know. You're still trying to figure yourself out. Most of us have weight that we've lost. We're trying to figure out how do we deal with this new body that we have, and you know, we're just unsure in a lot of things. But one thing that my mentor did was she asked me what did I want for myself, and at that time I wanted a lot. I just didn't know if I could have it because I've been in my current situation for many, many years, which really got my visions and my dreams of myself and what was possible for me kind of down here at this level. So it's hard for me to think big. And so we had a lot of setbacks. I was really financially strapped. I was having a tremendous amount of challenges within my own marriage. We had basically just that month before talked about divorce 3 times. So thinking about flying out to Washington, D.C. and spending my own money, which I didn't have, which was a huge conflict for where I was. But my coach never stopped offering for me to go, because the one thing that she is extremely good at is empathetic coaching. What do you want? Let me try to show you how to get there. And she knew in her heart that if I went, that maybe some things would change for me. Problem was, I didn't know that because I've been in my situation for so long. And so finally, 3 days before the event, I decided to go primarily to get away from my wife. Honestly, like that was my big motivator for going. And the other motivating factor was I saw all these people talking about it. And I started to think, like, all these people can't be crazy. I'm brand new, so I was like, what's wrong with them? But they can't be that crazy. Everyone's talking about it. And within 2 days of being there, seeing people like Brad, seeing his wife Ashley, seeing Dr. Anderson, seeing the posts of the company, seeing what the mission was about, feeling like this, feeling the family spirit, and really seeing people thinking bigger from a young age started helping me to think bigger. And so from the financial investment that it took me to go, which I didn't have, actually put it on a credit card, within 8 months of that convention, we became global directors, making way more. And so it would have been quite silly to think that this investment would cost me so much, not knowing what was actually possible if I didn't go. And now I always think about it, if I didn't go, how many people would not be affected at this point from one silly decision that I would not have made. And so I always, every time I see my mentor, I try to thank her for really sticking with me. She's meant so much for us in the way that she's guided us, that we're having a daughter next week, and her middle name is named after my mentor because she's meant so much for me. So when we talk about this thing called national convention, it's not like some little fly-by-the-night training that, oh, I should maybe go check out. Is most of us in our lives have some areas that need some growth in, and we're probably at a 5 or 6 or 7. And if you just make the investment and change the way that we think a little bit, then you'll see that you will get a return on that investment, and the least of the returns is financial. So that's how much I think about it. That's how much it's meant for me. And the way that my mentor really suggested strongly for me to go. And remember, they've walked a path before you. And so if they're listening to your challenges, they're giving you some really good advice.
I should have talked first. Guys, wow. it's powerful to be down here. I'm from Portland, Oregon. We have a great team there, and I just love traveling all over the country because we have predictable transformation. Great people just are attracted to what we do. And actually, I didn't know that your story was like that because 3 days before I was invited to National Convention, I decided to go. We don't talk about finances much in our business, but they are really good. But I didn't know by becoming a health coach with my wife that we would start this avenue that would change every aspect of our life in a way that you never felt possible. You notice that we did that chart of all the areas: healthy mind, healthy body, healthy finances. If you would have asked me before Take Shape for Life, I would have told you I was mostly a 7 in most areas because I didn't know what a 10 really was, and I still don't because you can always grow. But I went there and I saw what this company was about, and it brought me to I just wanted to serve people. And that's kind of how I wake up every day. Who can I serve? Who can I lift up? We talk about 5 to 10 people a day. Who can we serve to better 5 to 10 people's lives a day? So I love that you want to hit on National Convention because it kind of gives some perspective to what we do year by year by year. So my first convention was, we were just going to check it out. My parents happened to be our coaches, and they said, if you don't go to convention, you're grounded. Which really wouldn't have worked because I was 21 at the time and recently married. But we went and we saw, and you would think that we would get it because my whole family's lost over 2,000 pounds and radically changed their health with this program. I didn't get it until I went to National Convention. And so, our company is always trying. Our company is it's this growing organization that helps people become better. So, how cool is it that most people in this room, raise your hand if you're going to National Convention, your registration is paid for. Wow, that's awesome. So each one reach one, you earned it by the amount of people you're getting healthy. I love that. So if you're in this room today and you haven't gone to National Convention or you're just still wavering on it, what I would say to you strongly, the same thing that my man right here just said to you, is ask yourself, what would it take for me to go, and what would that look like, and what would I need to figure out, and work your way backward from there. If you can't go, you know what, I'm a strong believer that nothing happens by coincidence, but you know what, try every way possible to get there. So much more will happen than just seeing what it is we're about. Every aspect of your life will change, and that's why I've just been attracted to great friends like you, and the ripple effect of one decision you make is powerful. So I just want to say, I'll see you guys all National Convention.